Hello everybody. Today on Country Boy Cooking with Marshall, I'm going to show you how to put together one of the most fantastic soups you'll ever put in your mouth to be so simple. This is called a Swiss onion soup, and I'm telling you, it's all that. And the kicker is the main ingredient comes from one of the most unusual places you'll ever think it would come from. This peppered gravy mix. That's right. This makes one of the most fantastic onion soups you'll ever put in your mouth. And I'm going to show you how to put it together today on Country Boy Cooking with Marshall. All right, first thing we're going to do, we're going to chop up 2 large onions. Make sure they're large. You're going to want all this onion, believe me. And it's going to look like a lot of onion, but when it cooks down, it's not so much. So let's cut it up. Now what I'm going to do is just simply cut them real thin, maybe a 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch right in there. Just chop every one of them up. Okay, now that we've got them all chopped up, let's get them over here in our pan. All right, first thing we're going to do is drop 2 tablespoons of butter. We're going to drop about a good tablespoon of this olive oil. Make sure your olive oil is made for roasting and sauteing. Good tablespoon. Get that all mixed together. I got my heat on a medium, everybody. This part here is what's going to take the longest time of the whole recipe, but you got to take your time with it. We're going to saute these onions down until they're golden brown. Let's add the onions. See what I was talking about when I said this soup looks just like it's going to be just a big old bowl of nothing but onions? These onions are going to cook down so much it's going to amaze you. You're going to wonder where they went. So we're going to saute these around. This right here could take as much as 30 minutes on medium heat. Now you can't get in no hurry with this or you'll burn them. But this soup is absolutely worth it, everybody. You've got to try it. Let me give you the story behind this soup. I've only been making this soup probably around 3 months or so. When I found the recipe, I had my sons over one evening. We had steaks to cook. We had all kind of goodies to cook. But I cooked this onion soup up right before everybody got there just to let them taste of it. Y'all, we forgot about the steaks. This is what we ate that night. It's absolutely fantastic. Now you can double this recipe. You can triple this recipe. This right here is a basic. This right here will make about 6 servings. I love cooking outside, everybody, especially this time of year, because when it's in the 90s like it is here in Georgia or wherever you're at, if you got high temps, when you cut that stove on in your house, it works absolutely opposite of your air conditioner, and it'll pull your coolness off in your house. So I like getting outside with this stuff that's going to take a lot of heat to cook. We're looking for a golden brown, and I'll show you what it looks like when it gets there so you'll know. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you where I found this recipe. Remember the peppered gravy mix? Especially the Pioneer. I've noticed they do this. They've got different recipes on their packages, but look at this. There it is right there. Y'all, this is fantastic. Try this. I figured this one would be good, or it wouldn't be on the back of that Pioneer pepper gravy mix. They're starting to turn pretty good, see that? Okay, when your onions start getting almost done, go ahead and prepare this gravy according to the instructions on the back of it, which is simple. You're going to add a 1/2 cup of water into this and mix this in with it. Then you're going to get your pot and you're going to put a 1.5 cups of water in it and get it to a boil. Stir this up real good to get all the clumps out of it with that 1/2 cup of water. And then you're going to add it to that and stir it for a couple of minutes and it'll be done. Okay, as you can see, they're almost done, everybody. Maybe about 5 more minutes. All right, they're done. See what they look like? They're good enough. Let's set them aside. Okay, next we got our saucepan here. By the way, y'all, Mama gave me this, and she had this thing, I bet you, 30 years or more, and it's a good one too. There's no name brand on it. The only thing it says on the bottom of it is commercial, and I guess that's the name brand in itself because they've got them on eBay. But these things right here are the most fantastic things to cook with. They're thick. This thing right here is almost probably around 3/16 to 1/4 thick. But this thing right here really evens out everything. So what I've got right here is a 1.5 cups of water. I'm preparing this gravy according to the instructions right there. While that water's heating up, see that? I'm gonna stir all the gravy mix into this water and get all the lumps out of it. Who'd ever thought a good onion soup would come from a gravy pack? I sure didn't. As soon as this comes up to a boil, I'm gonna add my slurry here. And by the way, that's my boy right there. He's 11 years old. Yogi, say hey to everybody. Say hey to everybody, boy. What's Daddy boy doing? I can't touch you right now, I'm cooking. Had a lot of inquiries about what happened to the foxes on your land, Marshall. I think they grew up and moved away because I'm looking at the foxhole and I check it all the time from a distance, of course, and I've never seen them, and I ain't seen them things in probably a good month or so, so I think they've grown up and moved on. As soon as it starts simmering, I'm adding the slurry here. There it goes, let's add the slurry. Now we're going to stir this around for a couple of minutes. Y'all, there's the most airplanes going over today I've ever seen in my life. It usually happens when I'm out here filming. Okay, now that my gravy is about done, I'm going to add 2 cups of water to this. 2 cups in. Well, let's stir that around. Of course, I'm back out here with nature, everybody. The bugs above me, whew, them things are loud. Okay, it's been about 30, 45 seconds since I added the water. Let's add our onions in. Put them boys in there. Okay, let's stir them in. We're almost done, everybody. You know, even though it's not required because this is peppered gravy, if you've known me any time, you know I love pepper, so I'm putting more in. See the golden onions up next to that white broth? Oh yeah, it's beautiful, y'all. There's only one thing else we're going to add, and right here is the icing on the top. We got to add the Swiss cheese. Now you can buy the cheaper if you want to, but I don't. This stuff right here is probably around $4 a container. You need 8 ounces of it. It don't matter if it's shredded or what, 8 ounces of it. Put it in here and stir it in. When you get that stirred in, let it go a couple of minutes stirring it, and it's done. Put it in there. Swiss cheese, everybody. Oh my gosh. Now we're going to stir this in until it's fully melted. It'd probably be easier if you had shredded Swiss cheese, but my grocery store didn't have it. You know, when this thing really comes out and you got your cheeses and everything in there, it's really more like a light chowder than a soup. But man, I'm telling you, it is fantastic. You can eat it with crackers, little oyster crackers, but I'm going to tell you what I love to do is get a loaf of that French bread, probably around that big around or so, and slice it, put it in the oven, get a good crust on it. Oh yeah, that goes right with it. And just like that, everybody, it's done. Look how good that looks. Like I say, it's really more like a light chowder, but boy, I'm telling you, it's so good. Let's get this bowled up. When it comes to any kind of soup or chowder, everybody, I'm in. Especially when it's real simple. Look at that, how good it looks. Oh yeah, see those pieces of golden onion? Okay, first off, I want to show you what I was talking about by the bread. See that? It's just pieces of French bread that I put on broil one side of it. It's real good with this. I liked it better with this than crackers. But hey, you can use crackers just as good. Let's taste this. So good, y'all. I know it is because I've done tastes of it, but I'm going to taste it for you. Let's go in with it. So fantastic. I love getting my bread and dipping it in it like that. That is so good, everybody. Check it out one more time if I can show it to you. It's good, y'all. Give this recipe a try. Thank you, everybody that takes the time out of your day to watch my videos on YouTube or Facebook. Make sure you follow me on YouTube, though. And if you are following me on YouTube, make sure to hit that little notification bell right beside the word subscribe and press the top one. That way you'll get all notifications. If you don't do that, you won't. I guess Facebook thinks it's cute taking me from millions of views to hundreds of thousands of views to tens of thousands of views to thousands, and now I'm lucky to get 25,000 views. Sometimes, people, it's not worth it, if you know what I mean. I'm not even trying to sell nothing on Facebook except a little Tupperware here and there. So if all else fails, I hope you'll join me over on YouTube. Not that I'm leaving Facebook yet, but I'm telling you, it's very, very, very discouraging when you go from millions of views to you're lucky if you get 20,000 views. To me, it's ridiculous. I'm not going to mince words about it. It's very, very discouraging. So make sure y'all follow me on YouTube or It's Marshall. I got 2 YouTube channels now, Country Boy Cooking with Marshall and It's Marshall. Y'all please make sure you follow me over there because I don't want to lose none of y'all. And thank you again for watching me today on Country Boy Cooking with Marshall or It's Marshall, where Jesus is always Lord of all.